Yeah.
Jose Canseco, I don't know if anyone of you guys know him. He's an MLB player. He once said it can make an average athlete a super athlete. It can make a super athlete incredible, just legendary. According to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, anabolic steroids are a group of synthetic hormones, usually derived from testosterone, and used to promote tissue growth. But once athletes started finding out that, this promoting tissue growth is just endurance, speed, strength, everything. And anabolic steroids are outlawed under the Controlled Substances Act of 1988. That is because Olympic sprinter Ben Johnson, he actually set the fastest 100-meter dash for the Olympics and tested positive for steroids, and it showed the world that steroids actually did increase everything about an athlete. And so Olympic Committee outlawed it, and then now Congress outlawed it, even after the DEA, the FDA, American Medical Association all disagreed with Congress's decision because it's not a controlled substance and it doesn't meet the criteria of psychological dependence and addictiveness to be labeled under such a label. And they're outlawed in sports because they're performance enhancing, and it's pretty obvious that a sports team would try to make it as, or a sports agency would make it as even as possible. But steroids can be traced back to their initial development in 2013 or 1930, and when Soviet Olympic team creamed everybody, like every other competition, by stupid numbers, and they all tested positive. Nothing was done because it wasn't outlawed then. And then recently, according to Kids Health, there's a 17-year-old baseball player that committed suicide after a cycle of steroids. He just got into depression, but and his father is actually a pretty big advocate against steroids now, but they failed to, state that he was clinically depressed before a cycle, and he was on Lexapro, which is a drug to, treat depression, but it also increases suicidal tendencies. And they outlawed it just because of health issues, which all the health issues are temporary and reversible after a cycle. It's just increase of acne, which goes away after. It's usually just on your back, on your chest, not really on your face, but it can be. High blood pressure, increased testosterone levels, so you can get angry quicker, but it's not, there's no roid rage where you just go absolutely crazy and like punch through walls. But it also liver damage, but that's only with oral steroids, not injectables. And so why should Congress, outlaw just a normal drug to an average Joe lifter that's not trying to, beat competition? It's not an outlaw, it's not a controlled substance. So all the issues with it are reversible. There's nothing that should stop just from like misconceptions, I guess. There are no links to heart attacks or cardiovascular diseases, or because it's considered unethical to test for that kind of stuff. You can't just feed people steroids for 30 plus years, overdosing them, which is how you get all these side effects. Professional sports leagues have the right to ban it because it makes things more even and keeps their fans, like if one guy's like Mark McGuire, Barry Bonds, they just blast him out of the park every single hit. Like, it's fun to watch, but it's not fair to everybody else that, have the right to not take steroids and play natural and be fine. It's just outrageous that Congress bans it for normal people that are just trying to help themselves and make themselves better, even after all these agencies that are set to, you know, defend this law, they all disagree with it. So why is Congress not listening to them?